Hello. Hello there. It's Luvosi Forex here, and I'd love to welcome you to this, this live stream. Thank you for joining me from wherever you're watching from. It's an honor to share my knowledge with you. And this is Keep Buying Bitcoin Part 3. And the reason why I'm doing this Bitcoin series is because we've experienced one of the biggest market crashes, valued at about 21 to 22% from new all-time highs. Right, so we have a 21 to 22% market crash from new all-time highs, and because of that, that's what inspired me to share with you Bitcoin and how to view it. Obviously, I would like to thank my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, Tim Sykes, and Matthew Creta, who wrote the books Rich Dad Poor Dad, Penny Stock Course Guide, and Rocket Stocks, respectively. And you can find all their books on Amazon Kindle. Now, look, when I'm buying Bitcoin, because again, my dream has always been to like trade the stock market. So when I entered the game of the stock market, I did not think about what I was going to learn. I had to be this person where I had to shift from being a capitalist to being an entrepreneur. That's the stage that I'm at right now in my life, where I'm shifting from being a capitalist to being an entrepreneur. And so I'm back in the Bitcoin market. Like I think a few months ago, I tried to go into the futures because what happened was I started as a capitalist, right? And I started as an investor, sorry, not a capitalist. And so I decided to pull my resources from my investments and then come into the capitalistic world. And the reason why I did that was because I believe in capitalism. I believe capitalism is the future. I believe capitalism is what keeps us going. I believe capitalism is the key. And so going from an investor to a capitalist, and then from a capitalist to an entrepreneur, it's like I believe from deep down my heart I had to do that, and that explains why you know I had to go into into Bitcoin. But again, not everyone can become a capitalist, right? Some people are just like, oh, okay, look, don't become a capitalist, only become an entrepreneur. So I'm going to take you back into the past of when I started buying, Bitcoin. I'm going to go way back, way back to when Bitcoin was. It's almost hard to believe this, but I'm going to try and explain. I'm going to take you back to when I first got introduced to Bitcoin. I learned about Bitcoin when it was $50,000, $58,000. This the 2021 market crash. Now this market crash was I'll never forget this market crash. This one here. This market crash was when I started learning about Bitcoin. Then this market boom was the craziest one. This was the Sam Bankman-Fried market crash. Where is that one? I think it's this one, right? Was it 2020? Yeah, this was the Sunbank one pre-market crash, FTX. Uh, but I started buying Bitcoin. I think somewhere here. No, 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 not started buying. I knew about Bitcoin somewhere here on this market crash. That's when I started like going into uh, studying about capitalism and all that. And let me tell you, buying Bitcoin on this market crash was almost impossible because there was no positive news about Bitcoin on this market crash. There was no positive news whatsoever. And so, because of that, it was difficult to believe in Bitcoin because what happened was it crashed, it went up, then it crashed again to a lower low. And I still remember this low. Uh, I remember this very well during like the pandemic days. I remember being like so depressed during this time. This was one of the worst market crashes ever. These last two have been a bit different. These last three have been a little bit different, you know. So it's crazy, you know. Buying Bitcoin is crazy, and this is the moment when I have to start preaching about Bitcoin. So right now we have found support in a buy zone, so which is very entertaining and very much acceptable. So this is a morning star, and we found support right after the 200-day moving average. You know, so we found like some support. The morning star, support. So this is after the buying range right here. So finding support here has been something to take note of. Um, I don't know whether it's luck, but I just know when to. I don't want to say I just know when to buy Bitcoin, but I've just been studying the Bitcoin price action for a long, long time. Now, what I did was after getting this buy signal here, I calculated 10% from the last buy signal. So I know the next dip in the market or the next exit, right? Like if I want to take profit, should be at 130. So that's what I did even here. The last dip was here. Then I calculated the profit from this dip to the next dip. You can see it's more of like a 30, I think 30%. How much profit is this? Yeah, I think it's about 40% profit from the last dip, from the next dip. So I calculated, I think about 30% profit. So this dip, from this dip to the next dip, you can see it's about 20% profit. So that's what it is. I've just been studying the price of Bitcoin for a long time. For a long time. Again, by the way, if you're watching on streaming, if you can just rewind the video 1 minute behind, so that you don't get caught in the delay of the stream. So Bitcoin is very powerful, and you should keep buying it. I was looking at the screeners that we have here in TradingView. If I have to be all the way honest with you, I don't really need these screeners. But uh, think of screeners like simulation trading accounts. You know what I mean? Simulation screeners, screeners and simulations. There isn't much of a difference between simulation trading and screeners. There isn't much much of a difference. So I was looking at this screener because this is the screener that I use to find Microsoft, and the closest that I got to a nearby decision was this one here, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this looks like a hammer, even though my detector hasn't indicated here. It looks like a hammer, which is right there on the 50-day moving average, right? And it's the closest that I found. So ideally, the hammer should be sitting on the 50-day moving average, both on the daily pattern and on the 4-hour pattern. It should be a hammer, but here it looks like a harami. So I think this was the closest. Dominion Energy, I think it's the closest that we have to a buy signal in the market. We can go into the currency screener and the crypto screener, and see if we can replicate you know uh, what we're seeing here. So okay, let me show you something. Oh, excuse me. So again, we're looking for a hammer on the 50-day moving average. Mm. Mm. So let's see if we can find the price pattern. So this is a perfect example of what we are looking for. This is the kind of what you're looking for. Where the hammer is seated on the 50-day moving average, and you also have a bullish pattern on the 4-hour chart. In this case, you have a morning star. Mhm. what I was trying to do on this screen. I'll just delete it. I don't remember what I was trying to do. Okay, let's see what we have here. By the way, remember to support the channel. Open a what? I have a screener account with Finviz. Let me see. Now Finviz is basically used for finding stocks. So with with Finviz, what it is that what it is with Finviz is that's the one I used to find to here. So Finviz is the one I used to find Cisco. It's the one I used to find Apple. It's the one I used to find BNL. So the last time the signal appeared was on this candlestick bar, and you can see the price is still above, but we still have another buy signal here. So so I would encourage you to check out Finviz. So yeah, so I would encourage you to check out Finviz. It's an awesome screener here. So this is the one that I used to find those stocks in the stock market. So if you're into like stock market trading, and use Finviz, alright. So I already have like 2 screeners. I have momentum stocks now, and also have a trading screener here. So I was watching a podcast, and he was saying the best time to buy momentum stocks is after they crash. It's very powerful to remember. Alright, but I went offline. So yeah, man, for sure check out Finviz. So I think let me just update the screener. So yeah, we have that screener. So Finviz is definitely something you should check out. We can check this index.